Hi, this is Matt from tracymac.co.uk, and here I have the BlackBerry Bold, or the BlackBerry 9000 as it's known elsewhere. Just thought I'd do a quick unbox before we go ahead, and later on we'll be doing a full review. So just open the box, see what's inside. Also you have the device sitting right on top there, pretty much as we come to expect, standard sort of layout of packaging there. We'll come back to that in just a second. Take the foam out of the way. We have a case, which we'll just look at so we can comment on the quality of the case itself. It's got foam inside. It's a fairly decent case actually, very sturdy, made of what looks to be genuine leather there. I'm not 100% sure, but certainly feels that way. Quite solid and quite rigid in the middle there. No belt loop to hook it on a belt. It's simply just a slide-in design there. Okay, and moving on. There's a USB to mini USB cable, pretty standard. The headset. Take a look at our headset. Actually looks to be a reasonable quality headset. It has proper earbuds, so sort of sound isolation type things. 4-pole 3.5mm jack, again fairly standard, and an inline microphone with a push button to answer and release your calls. They actually look quite good. There are different sizes of earbuds, so quite impressed with that so far. So this box we have a charger, so we have a 3-pin UK and a European plug on there, and then the charger itself, which has currently got an American style plug on it, which we can remove, and a standard looking mini USB connector there. I say standard looking as not all mini USB chargers will work on the BlackBerry. We've encountered this before with the Curve and the Pearl. They actually do need a little bit more power to charge than say a Windows mobile device, so often you actually do need to use their specific charger. Here's the battery. I'll just open that so we can have a look at the capacity. It is interesting, the capacity actually isn't listed on the battery there, so obviously it's a fairly large battery, but we'll install that in the phone in just a second. Then you have the manual and getting started guide and BlackBerry utilities and so on for getting yourself set up with your email and so on. So if we just bring the Bold back and have a quick look around the device, on the front obviously we've got quite a large grill over the loudspeaker. The screen is quite generous. It's a half VGA, which is 480 by 320, which is a somewhat unusual resolution. I don't know of any other device that has the same size resolution. Normally it's VGA or QVGA, but as I say, this is half VGA at 480 320. Phone keys underneath, obviously red and green phone keys for send and end, and then a power button. BlackBerry button brings up menus, and a back button. Then there is a trackball in the centre, which navigates everything through the menus there, as you can see the stream moving across the screen. It also does work as a press button, so we can go into a particular thing, like media for example, push the button and it brings everything up on the screen. Full QWERTY keyboard underneath, which is quite a nice generous size. The buttons are quite good. Slight angular design, as you can probably make out there, which is a little bit strange, but they are big enough to certainly use with thumbs. You're not going to use that for touch typing, but they are a good size, certainly for two-handed use and probably for single-handed use if you wanted to. Looking down the left-hand side, you've got a 3.5mm jack for your headphones. You can use standard headphones, or you can use that wired headset with a built-in mic. Mini USB connector for sync and charge. There is a button on the side, which is for voice dialing, which we want to now skip. That slot, as I say, the cover over the micro SD card slot, as I say, is a little bit easier to open and close when you have the back cover off. There is what looks like a little button there below, but it doesn't actually seem to be a button or to actually do anything, so and there is the button, same on the other side. I don't think it's a button as such, it doesn't seem to actually do much. There is another button here next to the keyboard which opens up the camera, dedicated camera button, so you can take a shot, well, quality isn't great, let's say, but perhaps the lens is a little bit dirty there. We'll give it the benefit there, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail when it comes to the review. Volume control rocker on the side, and also works as a scroller when you're looking at large lists of, well, emails, but we haven't obviously got any on there at the moment. That's about it. Power button, there's a button on the top which puts it into like silent mode, and then back into like normal mode. Quite useful for, you know, straight away doing it with one button without having to go through menus. Good idea. 2 megapixel camera on the back, no mirror for taking self-portraits, but there is a bit of flash, pretty good. Back cover is sort of leather finish. If you're into leather, perhaps you'll enjoy that, but well, it's different, I suppose. I suppose it's good for grip. Back cover removes by pushing the button at the bottom, which I'm trying to do now. There we go. Reveals the battery, as we had a look at earlier on. Pretty straightforward stuff. Spec, other than obviously the screen, which we already mentioned being half VGA, there is 1 gig of ROM and 128 meg of RAM, so not bad. The screen itself is pretty damn good. Quite impressed with how clear that seems to be on just some of the things that we've got on the screen here. It is quad band, has Wi-Fi, built-in GPS, although I don't know if it comes with any GPS applications pre-installed. We'll have a look at that a bit later on. Supports GPRS, Edge, 3G and HSDPA tri-band. Obviously, to get the best out of BlackBerry, you probably want to connect to BES or BIS server, which unfortunately we don't have, so we'll be probably using this in picking up POP or iMac Mail. Don't know an awful lot about BlackBerry, have to be honest, so it'll be a bit of a learning curve for us, but the review will be online as soon as we get an opportunity to try.